everybody, it's Omar. It's February 20th, 2018, 7:53 p.m. in the evening. And I want to make a video real quick about my watch list. You know, the action in the market today is choppy. It's been kind of choppy the last couple of weeks. I mean, we've been spoiled the last several years, and there was a couple of times over the last year, and then when like the year before, when I first started looking, where the market got dead for a few little bit, and then it just kind of picked up. You know, with all this craziness, I don't know. Like I think we're gonna crash. That's what I think. I still think we're heading for a really nasty bear market, and we're not gonna see as many plays as we've seen in penny stock land. You're not gonna see a lot of plays, and you're gonna probably have to, if you're into penny stocks, you're gonna have to start thinking about trading the higher price stocks. You're just gonna have to learn to adapt. With that said, there was some really nice moves in my watch list. I'm not gonna review them because I'm like really tired, but I just want to show you what I got on watch for tomorrow. I did this quick. You know, when there aren't as many plays, you gotta really dig to find some good plays. So first play for tomorrow I'm looking at is FUSZ. I'm sorry guys, I'm just really tired. The reason why it's on my watch list is because it's just been on this tear from 9 cents. It's up to 71 cents. I've seen this stock move before, you know, and it has increased volume over the last several days. You know, so because of that, I mean, look at this. This price action is kind of shitty. You know, it's not like, this is not normal price action that I would play, but considering that it's up and up and up, maybe tomorrow, you know, because people are just looking for plays, and if this can break high of day and hold 71, I think it may be good for potential long, and people might just jump in because they're like, shit, there's nothing really moving, and they may just potentially jump in because of that. So we'll see. So I would be looking to see if it breaks the high of day of 71.5. If it does and holds, I'll take it long. If it pulls back at the open and holds 58, it may be a good dip buy. Otherwise, if you can find the shares to short it. But you know, this would be probably a very hard stock to short. I know Thinkorswim, you know, nothing to borrow, but maybe like Interactive Brokers may have some shares, maybe E-Trade, I'm not sure. Centerpoint, we'll see. All right, and the other potential dip buys at 58 cents. So those are the 3 key levels that I'm looking at. Next up, CVRS. Sorry guys. So put this on the watch list. You know, today had this gap up. It does have a gap to fill below. You know, really, I think the 2 key areas here are 118. If it can hold above 118, you can take it long for a retest, I think, of the high of day. Or if it breaks below 109, you could take this short. You know, back, and I think this breaks below $1, back to like 90 cent range. Now, you know, again, you got to be able to find the shares to short. Thinkorswim, this is hard to borrow. So, like, probably if you have E-Trade, if you have Interactive Brokers, you'll probably be able to find the shares. So, keep that on mind. And obviously, if it got up to 147, held and broke, you take it long. But I don't think it's going to get back up there. I just don't think it will. Next up, I'm looking at it's currently closed at its high, 373. If it breaks and holds 373, I take it long. Otherwise, I take it short. I didn't put a mark here, but you know, another key area I would look at here, because this is just so choppy. It's just so hard to, you know, this action sucks. But you know, sometimes you may get a good play out of these things. So what I'm gonna do is create an alert at 325 to put a potential dip buy at 325 or short breakdown. So we'll see. Those are the 2 key areas I'm looking at. I mean, if you're real technical, you can potentially look for a dip buy here at 345. You know, but the price action sucks. It's had a lot of green days. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green days. I mean, it's due for a pullback, but we'll see. All right, next up, AGEN. AGEN is up. This had some good price action, almost 5 million shares traded. You know, reached the high of 485, pulled back, and now it's holding this support level of 467. I got some key levels here. So if it gets back up to 485 and can hold, go long. If it can't hold it, short it. risking off the 485. If it gets to 460 and hold, you could potentially dip by it there. If not, short it, risking 460 or the higher day. And the next key level before is 448. So if it can't hold 448, 450, you can take a short, risking off 448 or the 460 level, or the dip buy if it holds the 448, 450 level. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, in my mind, it's had 1, 2, 3, 4 green days. You gotta think that people are gonna take profit at some point. Maybe tomorrow's the day, and has its first red day. We'll see. Next up, EVRI. EVRI is up. It's really like chop. This price action's crazy, but it's running. So, and it's easy to borrow with Thinkorswim. So if it's easy to borrow with Thinkorswim, then it's gonna be shortable with any company, any brokerage. So I looking at these two key levels. So if it breaks below 469, take it short. And I think if it breaks below 69, I think this thing will test that 437 level. Maybe you can dip by it there, or it may get all the way back down to 7. Who knows? We'll see. So I think tomorrow would probably be a good day to short this. We'll see. But you gotta have some volume. So or if it keeps going, buy the breakout if it holds 786. But it gotta hold 786 before you buy it. Remember, you want to see it break above, pull back, and test it, or form a high low. So that way, you have a clear support level to trade off of. I mean, this stock has been as high as 899, so we'll see. All right, next up, ACBF wheat stocks. So they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. I mean, this stock was as high as $12 till they pulled back. And if you look back at the Fibonacci on the yearly, it retraced exactly 50% and then took off again. So it's pretty, fibs are pretty remarkable. Right now it's at that 868 level, and let's look, is it getting some price action? I mean, it's had less volume today traded than yesterday, but it's up. So we'll see what it's gonna look like tomorrow. So I'm looking at two key levels. So if it could break above 879 and hold, I'll take it long. If it can't hold, this has 854 because this is a support level, but technically if it can't hold 850, really 850, that's I would look for 850 for a potential dip buy. If it can't hold 850, I short it, risking off 850. All right, because 850 is a psychological resistance barrier. All right. Next up, DRNA. DRNA, up 11% today. Hit a high of 1201 and pulled back. It's kind of hold this 1170 area. Right now, its current price is what, 1182. If it could break above 12 and hold, then take it long. If it gets near that area and can't hold it, short it, risking 12. If it gets down to this 1133 area, maybe a potential dip buy. If it can't hold 1133, I take it short, and the next level is 1075. So you can get a nice short here if it can't hold 1133. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for a potential dip by 1075 for that pushback up to 11 if it cracks tomorrow. We'll see. All right, next up, CY. CY up 4% today. Hit a high of $17, retraced back to 1658, and then bounced. So it's at that currently 1680 level. I mean, in theory, let me zoom in here. In theory, if it broke below, the 1677 level, you could take a short risking off that if you wanted to. If we hold, you can buy off that. But I'm looking at two key levels, me personally. I'm looking to see what it does at the 1658 level because it had a clear support level around here. So if it can hold 1658, I buy the dip. Otherwise, I would short it, risking off 1658. Remember, 1650 is a site hold number, so if it really can't hold 1650, you can see a nice little pullback here. It has some support at 1646 and also at 1640 and then 1634. So be mindful of those key areas. His support, some more support, some more support. So, just be mindful of those. I'm just being lazy. That's why I'm not marking them. And then it has a lot of support here in the 1630 level. So be mindful of that. Next up, FBR. This was on my watch list for today. This thing moved like crazy. I had, look for it if it broke the higher day, and it pre-market, it just went nuts and just kept going. So currently it's at 1960. If it holds 1960 by the breakout, if it gets to that level, it doesn't hold, reject it. If it holds $19, you can buy the dip. Otherwise, you can short it, risking off 19. And the next level below that is 1859. If it could hold 1859 buy the dip, otherwise short it, risking off that level. I think tomorrow, because it's up so much and it has a gap to fill below, I think tomorrow is the day where this pulls back. I think especially if it breaks below 19, you're gonna get a nice wash here. I think you can get a point, maybe more. That's my guess, but we'll see. Next up, VYGR. VYGR is up 22% today, which is nuts. You know, it's the tie is 2482. So again, if it gets to 2482 and breaks out, by the breakout if it holds 2482, otherwise short, risking off 2482. Next key level here is 2302. If it holds 23, you know, buy the dip. If otherwise, short it. And the next key level here is 2230. So if it gets to 2230 and holds, buy the dip. Otherwise, short, risking off that. Now it has this huge gap to fill below. The gap to fill is at 1972, man. So, you know, make sure you put these alerts, because maybe not tomorrow's the day, but at some point this thing could give it all back. And, you know, you get that alert and you jump in. I do it a lot. You'd be surprised how much money I make doing that. Last but not least, NBL. NBL is up 10% today. Hit a high of 29.54. If it breaks above 29.54 and holds, take it long. Otherwise, you can short, risking off that level. Next key level is 28.86. If it can hold 28.86, you can buy the dip. Otherwise, you can short it or risking off that level. Next key level is 28.50. If it can hold 28.50, buy the dip. Otherwise, short, risking off that level. And there is support below it here at like 27.94 and 27.47. But to me, the key level here for me that I would look at this is that 24.20, 27.26 level. Because if it breaks below that, you know, there is some support here at 26.99. But I think it gives it all back, and you can get back down to like the 26.30 level. So that'd be a nice short. So, you know, those are the key levels that I'm looking at, folks. It's all trading is just trading off key support and resistance levels. Don't be fooled. Don't think you need 5,000 indicators and, you know, you need to pay gurus tons of money. If you have your watch list and you stick to your watch list, one of those plays should pan out, and all you need is one a day, you know, to get you some good money. All right. You know, I'm doing all the work for you. So now all you got to do is study what I'm doing and then apply it to your own stocks or to your own strategy, right? So have a good evening, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.